Imagine waking up each morning to a world where every breath feels like a struggle, where the simple joy of strolling through your garden or chatting with loved ones leaves you gasping for air, your chest tightening like a vice that won't release. Picture the quiet desperation that sets in after 70, when lungs, once strong and resilient, begin to falter under the weight of time, pollution, and old habits. It's a heartbreaking reality for so many. Nights filled with wheezing coughs, days shadowed by exhaustion, and a growing fear that the vibrant life you once knew is slipping away forever. But what if I told you that this doesn't have to be your story? What if hidden within the wisdom of years lies the power to reclaim your breath, to shield your lungs from further harm, and to infuse your days with renewed energy and hope? Today, in this heartfelt journey, I reveal 6 profound secrets to protect your lungs after 70, secrets that promise to help you breathe easier starting right now. These aren't just tips, they are lifelines, drawn from the collective experiences of those who've walked this path, offering not only practical solutions, but also emotional healing, turning potential regrets into triumphs of resilience. Each secret builds on the last, weaving a tapestry of protection that can add comfort, strength, and joy to your later years. Stay with me until the very end, for the final secret holds a transformative key, the one insight that could redefine your relationship with your breath and unlock a future of effortless vitality. This is more than advice. It's a beacon of hope, a call to action that whispers, "You still have the power to change it all." Let these words stir your heart and inspire your steps toward a brighter, breath-filled tomorrow. Secret 1. Escape. The grip of smoke. Smoke is an insidious enemy, a silent intruder that creeps into your life and robs your lungs of their precious vitality, one puff at a time. After turning 70, your lungs become even more vulnerable. They've endured decades of life's assaults, and their ability to repair themselves diminishes, making every exposure to smoke a heavier blow. Whether it's the lingering haze from a neighbor's cigarette, the acrid fumes from a nearby fireplace, or even the secondhand wisps at a family gathering, smoke irritates the delicate linings of your airways, causing inflammation that narrows them, leading to persistent coughs, wheezing, and that dreadful feeling of suffocation that can turn everyday activities into exhausting ordeals. Over time, this relentless assault can exacerbate conditions that steal your independence, leaving you housebound, missing out on grandchildren's laughter or the simple pleasure of a morning walk. The emotional toll is profound. Regret settles in like a fog, whispering of years wasted in smoky environments, opportunities lost to breathlessness, and a sense of helplessness that dims the spirit. But here's where the healing begins. A ray of light piercing through. By consciously escaping smoke's grip, you grant your lungs the sanctuary they crave to mend and rejuvenate. Clean, untainted air allows oxygen to flow freely, reducing inflammation and restoring elasticity to those vital tissues. This secret isn't just about avoidance, it's about empowerment, reclaiming control over your environment and your health. Imagine the relief as your breaths deepen, the coughs fade, and energy returns, transforming potential sorrow into stories of triumph. The challenge is real, yet the solution is within reach. Choose purity and watch as your body responds with gratitude, potentially averting years of unnecessary suffering. This act of wisdom could be the difference between a life constrained by regret and one blooming with renewed freedom. Embrace it fully, for in this choice lies the profound power to heal old wounds and breathe life back into your days. Robert was 72, a sturdy, retired mechanic from a small town in Ohio, where the winters were harsh and the summers brought folks together on porches for endless chats. He'd given up smoking decades ago after a health scare in his 50s, but old habits die hard among friends. He often found himself in circles where cigarettes glowed like fireflies in the dusk. One crisp fall evening, as leaves rustled underfoot, Robert joined his buddies on the back porch of his neighbor's house. The air thickened with smoke as stories flowed, laughter echoing, but soon a familiar tickle scratched at his throat. By midnight, as he lay in bed, the cough erupted, deep and rattling, keeping him awake until dawn. Days turned into weeks, the cough persisting like an unwelcome guest, sapping his strength. Simple tasks, like walking to the mailbox or tinkering in his garage, left him winded, his chest heaving. He missed the energetic games of catch with his young grandson, Tommy, who looked up at him with wide eyes, asking, "Grandpa, why can't you run anymore?" Staring at the ceiling one sleepless night, Robert's mind wandered to his younger days, fixing cars with ease, breathing without a second thought. Regret washed over him like a cold wave. Why did I let myself sit in that smoke? I've traded my health for comfort. The weight pressed on his heart, a mix of sorrow and frustration. Then, during a routine doctor's visit, the truth hit home. "Robert," the doctor said gently, leaning forward, "your lungs are still healing from the past, but secondhand smoke is undoing all that progress. You need to stay away from it entirely." Those words sparked a fire in Robert. He resolved to change. The next gathering, he politely asked his friends, "Mind if we move inside or you step out for smokes? My lungs aren't what they used to be." Some grumbled, but most understood. He sought out smoke-free spots like the local park for coffee meetups. Gradually, the cough subsided, fading into memory. One bright morning, Robert woke feeling lighter, his breaths steady and full. He strode to the park without pause, then played catch with Tommy, the boy's giggles filling the air. "Grandpa, you're fast again!" Tommy exclaimed, hugging him tight. Robert's eyes misted over as he replied, "Yes, buddy, I am." Joy flooded back, mending the emotional scars. That deliberate escape from smoke's grip not only healed his body but restored his spirit, turning regret into a powerful lesson of resilience. To escape the grip of smoke effectively, start by declaring your home and car as strictly smoke-free zones, no exceptions for visitors or family. Politely request that smokers step outside, far enough away to prevent drift. When out and about, steer clear of smoky areas like outdoor, patios, or events. Opt for well-ventilated spaces instead. This proactive approach clears the air literally and figuratively, allowing your lungs to recover and strengthen over time, often noticeable within just a few weeks of consistent effort. It's a small boundary that yields massive rewards in breath ease and overall well-being. If you're still watching this video and finding these insights valuable, please comment number 1 below to let me know you're here. Now let's transition to another vital secret that infuses movement into your routine, awakening your lungs in ways you might never have imagined. Secret 2. Move to breathe free. In the stillness of sedentary days, a subtle danger lurks for lungs after 70. Immobility allows weakness to take root, turning what should be effortless breathing into a labored chore. When we sit for prolonged periods, our lungs don't fully expand. Breaths remain shallow, trapped in the upper chest, starving the lower lobes of vital oxygen and leading to stagnation that invites fatigue, frequent infections, and a pervasive sense of depletion. This isn't just physical. It erodes the soul, fostering regrets over lost mobility, missed adventures, and the vibrant activities that once defined life, like dancing at weddings or hiking gentle trails. You might find yourself huffing after climbing a few stairs or canceling plans because the mere thought exhausts you, creating a cycle of isolation and sorrow. Yet, within this challenge blooms profound healing. Intentional movement acts as a gentle awakener, encouraging deep, full breaths that inflate the lungs completely, enhancing circulation, clearing out debris, and building resilience against everyday strains. This secret is a bridge to freedom, restoring not only lung capacity but also emotional buoyancy as energy surges back and confidence rebuilds. Consider the transformative potential. Regular motion can mitigate the risks of decline, turning potential heartaches into narratives of revival. Ignoring it might deepen the shadows of regret, but embracing it illuminates a path of vitality. It's about starting where you are, with actions that honor your body's wisdom, potentially extending your active years and enriching your connections with loved ones. This isn't strenuous exercise. It's mindful engagement that honors your age while defying its limitations, offering a lifeline to breathe freely and live fully once more. Patricia, at 68, was a beloved former school teacher in a serene Texas suburb, where days blended into quiet routines of reading novels in her favorite armchair by the window, watching the world pass by. Once an active soul who led field trips and chased after energetic students, she now found solace in stillness, but it came at a cost. Her breaths grew shorter, her energy waned. One sweltering summer afternoon, inspired by blooming flowers, Patricia ventured into her garden to tend the roses her late husband had planted. Kneeling down, she pruned a few stems, but midway through, a wave of breathlessness hit her like a storm. Her chest constricted, sweat poured, and she gasped, "Oh no, not again!" collapsing onto the soft earth, heart pounding with fear. As she sat there, tears streaming, memories flooded, twirling on the dance floor with her husband, laughing breathlessly, or leading class hikes without fatigue. Now this? I've let myself go, she confided to her daughter over iced tea the next day, voice trembling with regret. "Mom," her daughter replied softly, taking her hand. "It's not too late. Start moving. Short walks helped me so much after my surgery." Patricia pondered this, doubt lingering, but the next morning she laced up her comfortable shoes and stepped out for a brief stroll around the block. The first few days were tough. Her lungs protested, breaths came in quick bursts, and she paused often, whispering encouragements to herself. One step at a time, but persistence paid off. Weeks unfolded, and her strides lengthened. Breaths deepened naturally. One golden evening, she returned to the garden, pruning the entire bed without a single gasp. "I feel alive again," she murmured to the roses, a smile breaking through like sunlight. Friends at the community center noticed, her renewed glow inviting her to a gentle walking group where stories and laughter flowed freely. "You've inspired me," one said, and Patricia beamed, her heart mended. That commitment to movement not only freed her breaths, but healed the emotional voids, transforming solitude into shared joy and regret into radiant purpose. For moving to breathe free, incorporate daily walks into your schedule. Begin with just 10 to 20 minutes at a comfortable pace, perhaps around your neighborhood or a peaceful park, gradually increasing as your stamina builds. This rhythmic activity expands lung volume, improves oxygen uptake, and counters the stagnation of sitting, leading to noticeable improvements in breath ease and reduced fatigue within a month. Pair it with mindful breathing during walks to amplify the benefits, turning each step into a healing ritual that empowers your lungs and spirit alike. Keep moving forward. You're stronger than you know. Let's delve deeper into a secret that harnesses the innate power of your breath itself, unlocking reserves you may have forgotten. Secret 3. Unlock the power of deep breaths. Shallow breathing, that hurried surface-level intake so common in later years, quietly undermines lung health after 70, restricting airflow and allowing carbon dioxide to build up, which manifests as chronic tiredness, frequent dizziness, and an unsettling vulnerability to stress or minor exertions. This pattern often stems from years of tension or inactivity, turning breaths into mere sips rather than full gulps of life-sustaining air, potentially leading to weakened muscles around the lungs and a heightened risk of respiratory discomforts that disrupt sleep and daily peace. The emotional impact is equally devastating. Regrets over not nurturing this fundamental function earlier, feeling trapped in a body that betrays you during cherished moments, like singing lullabies to grandchildren or enjoying a hearty laugh. But in this realization lies exquisite healing. Mastering deep breathing techniques revitalizes the entire respiratory system, engaging the diaphragm fully to expand lung capacity, expel stale air, and invite a flood of oxygen that nourishes cells and calms the mind. This secret is a gateway to inner strength, fostering emotional serenity as anxiety melts away and vitality resurges. Envision the profound shift. Deeper breaths not only fortify against physical decline, but also mend the spirit, converting whispers of doubt into affirmations of control. To overlook it is to court prolonged struggle, but to adopt it is to embrace a rhythm of renewal that could extend your comfort and joy for years. It's accessible, requiring no tools, just intention, and its effects ripple outward, enhancing overall well-being in ways that feel almost miraculous. James, 75, a proud veteran from the sunny coasts of California, had always been a pillar of strength, but retirement brought unforeseen shadows. His breaths turned rapid and shallow, like a fluttering flag in the wind. Nights were restless, punctuated by awakenings where air seemed scarce. One chilly winter evening, gathered for a family dinner, James attempted to share a war story, but midway, breath failed him. He gasped, face flushing, and excused himself to the porch. The cold air bit, but worse was the inner turmoil. "What's become of me?" he reflected, gazing at the stars, memories of marathon runs in his youth clashing with this frailty. "I used to command respect. Now I can't even speak without faltering," he thought. Regret coiling tight, mingled with shame for not addressing it sooner. His son, noticing the change, pulled him aside later. "Dad," he said earnestly, "try these breathing exercises. I learned them in yoga class. They steady the mind and body." Skeptical but desperate, James began in the quiet of his study. Sitting tall, he inhaled deeply through his nose, filling his belly, holding briefly, then exhaling slowly. The first sessions felt clumsy, breaths stuttering, but he persisted, incorporating it into mornings and evenings. "Breathe in peace, out tension," he reminded himself. Gradually, the shallowness eased, lungs stretched, strength returned. One day, climbing the stairs to his attic, he paused not once. Breath, even. "I've got this," he affirmed, pride swelling like a tide. At the next family gathering, he regaled them with tales, voice steady, laughter flowing. "You seem different. Dad." "Stronger," his son noted, and James nodded, eyes bright. "These breaths healed more than my lungs. They mended my soul." The practice became his anchor, turning vulnerability into victory. To unlock deep breaths, try diaphragmatic breathing daily. Sit or lie comfortably, place one hand on your belly, inhale slowly through your nose for a count of 4, feeling your abdomen rise, hold for 4, then exhale through pursed lips for 6. Repeat 10 times, twice a day. This strengthens respiratory muscles, improves oxygen exchange, and reduces stress, addressing shallowness while promoting lasting lung health and emotional calm. If these words resonate with you, please comment number 3 below to show your support. Now let's nourish this foundation with a secret focused on what you put into your body, for true protection comes from within. Secret 4. Nourish your lungs with wise choices. Unwise dietary habits can silently sabotage lung function after 70, as processed foods laden with sugars and fats promote inflammation and oxidative stress, weakening the lungs' defenses and making them more susceptible to irritants, resulting in labored breathing, persistent mucus, and diminished capacity that curtails your freedom. This erosion isn't immediate but cumulative, leading to regrets over indulgences that now manifest as daily struggles, like breathlessness during meals or fatigue that isolates you from social joys. The heartache deepens when reflecting on healthier paths not taken, feeling the weight of choices that dimmed your inner fire. However, this secret illuminates a path of restoration, Embracing nutrient-rich foods acts as a natural shield, supplying antioxidants that combat damage, support tissue repair, and enhance overall respiratory efficiency. Fruits, vegetables, and whole grains become allies, reducing inflammation and bolstering immunity, while fostering emotional uplift as vitality returns and self-care breeds pride. This isn't deprivation, but wise selection, potentially averting escalations and enriching your years with sustained energy. To ignore it invites further decline, but to heed it cultivates a garden of health where breaths flow freely, healing both body and spirit in profound harmony. Linda, 71, a passionate home baker from the warm shores of Florida, had always found comfort in sweets, cookies, cakes, the sugary delights she crafted for neighbors and family. But as years advanced, her breaths grew heavier, interrupted by coughs that echoed through her kitchen. One vibrant spring morning at the local farmer's market, laden with baskets, she reached for a bunch of oranges only to wheeze sharply, drawing concerned glances. "Excuse me," she muttered, steadying herself against a stall, heart sinking. "I must appear so weak," she thought, tears welling as she recalled youthful days baking without pause, sharing treats at block parties. All those sweets, have they stolen my breath? Regret surged, a bitter taste amid the market's freshness. That evening, her sister phoned. "Linda, I've been reading about how food affects breathing," she shared. "Try more fruits and greens. It cleared my congestion." Inspired, Linda experimented. Berries in smoothies, spinach salads, nuts for snacks, cutting back on sugars. Cravings battled her at first. "Just one cookie," tempted the voice, but she held firm, savoring new flavors. Weeks later, the coughs diminished, breaths steadied. She baked healthier versions, oatmeal raisin with less sugar, and shared them proudly. "You look radiant," a neighbor complimented, and Linda laughed freely. "I feel it too." Nourishment became her healer, mending physical strains and emotional regrets, blooming into a life of flavorful vitality. Choose lung-nourishing foods like colorful fruits, apples, berries, and vegetables, broccoli, spinach, rich in vitamins, that fight inflammation. Incorporate whole grains and lean proteins while limiting processed items and excess dairy. This balanced approach supports mucus clearance and tissue health, often leading to improved breathing and energy within weeks, empowering you with sustainable wellness. Your journey to a better tomorrow begins with this step. Stay inspired. Let's fortify further with a secret that arms you against external threats, ensuring your lungs remain resilient. Secret 5. Arm yourself against invisible foes. After 70, invisible assailants like viruses and bacteria pose amplified risks to lungs, turning minor illnesses into prolonged battles that inflame airways, cause scarring, and erode capacity, leading to breathlessness that confines you and breeds deep-seated regrets over unprotected vulnerabilities. The fear of seasons changing, of every sneeze signaling potential downfall, can overshadow joy, fostering isolation and sorrow. Yet, this secret offers robust defense. Proactive measures like vaccinations serve as invisible shields, priming your immune system to repel invaders, minimizing severity and aiding swift recovery. This empowerment heals not just physically but emotionally, replacing anxiety with assurance and regret with readiness. Envision winters without dread, gatherings embraced fully. These protections can preserve your independence, potentially sparing you from hospitalizations and lost moments. Neglecting them heightens peril, but adopting them weaves a safety net of wisdom, extending your vibrant years. William, 78, a dedicated farmer from Iowa's rolling fields, had weathered countless seasons, but age brought new fragilities. Winters now loomed with flu threats. One brutal year, a cough gripped him fiercely, confining him to bed for weeks. breaths ragged. Missing his grandchildren's holiday visits, he lay there, whispering, "I should have been prepared." Regret gnawed, echoing lost harvests of health. A neighbor's visit changed course. "William, get the vaccines. They keep me in the fields." Heeding this, William consulted his doctor, receiving flu and pneumonia shots. The next winter, though bugs circulated, he remained steadfast, breaths unhindered. Sledding with grandkids, he declared, "I'm armored now." Protection healed his fears, restoring farm life and family bonds. Consult your doctor about annual flu and pneumonia vaccines, staying current to bolster defenses. This prevents complications, maintains lung integrity, and provides peace, reducing recovery time and enhancing quality of life. If this insight touches your heart, please comment number 5 below to join the conversation. At last, the crowning secret that envelops all impurity, completing your shield for effortless breathing. Secret 6. Create a haven of pure air. Polluted indoor air, rife with dust, allergens, and chemicals, insidiously burdens lungs after 70, accumulating irritants that provoke inflammation, chronic coughs, and restricted breathing, turning your sanctuary into a subtle adversary and planting seeds of regret for overlooked maintenance. This erosion fosters emotional unrest, a sense of betrayal by one's own space. But this ultimate secret restores sanctity. Cultivating pure air through diligent care clears toxins, allowing lungs to thrive unencumbered, healing damage and preventing escalation. This holistic approach ties preceding secrets, amplifying their effects for comprehensive protection. Imagine your home as a breath oasis. Neglect invites harm, but tending it yields enduring comfort and joy. Barbara, 82, in her bustling New York apartment, treasured her haven, yet dust lurked in corners, triggering raspy breaths. One foggy autumn, allergies intensified, coughs unrelenting. "My home fails me," she lamented to her cat, recalling fresh rural airs of youth. Regret pierced sharp. A friend's advice: purify, filters, and cleaning. Barbara invested in an air purifier, dusted rigorously, added plants. Air freshened, breath smoothed. Hosting friends, she breathed easy. "This is my true haven." Purity mended her world. Maintain purity by dusting weekly, using HEPA filter purifiers, changing HVAC filters quarterly, and ventilating on mild days. Add houseplants like spider plants for natural filtration. This eliminates irritants, supports lung repair, and enhances well-being. Share your thoughts or a personal story in the comments. We'd love to hear from you. These 6 secrets weave a powerful shield for your lungs after 70, escaping smoke, moving freely, unlocking deep breaths, nourishing wisely, arming against foes, and creating pure air. Each counters decline with healing, transforms regrets into hope, and delivers easier breathing for fuller days. Reflect on the emotional renewal, the strength regained, joys rediscovered. What secret calls to you first? How will it brighten your path? Drop a comment below and let us know one way you'll apply this wisdom in your life. If this video helped you, please like, subscribe, and share it with a friend who needs it. Let your wisdom light the way.